Happy full moon, the last full moon of the year. I was actually so close to foregoing this reading because I've been really busy and I didn't feel super up for it. When I'm not in the right mind to do it, I feel like it's more of a disservice than a service. I was about to not do this, but then I said, you know what? Let me just do at least the collective. Gotta stay strong for the last full moon of the year. I think I have enough energy to just do a general collective read for the energy right now. Let's see what comes up. This full moon is happening in either Taurus or Gemini, depending on the astrological system that you follow. I know there's a lot of like fire energy with this one because of Mars and where it's at, and I think it's retrograde right now. So it is a very fiery time. I think Vedic astrologers and Western astrologers are definitely reading the energy different. Like all these cards fell out. Like in Vedic astrology, I think this is a more like benevolent and really good positive time, ideal for manifesting and for getting things done, and good luck to be on your side. It's a time that is very expansive, whereas the Western astrologers are like, no, this is not the time to manifest. This is a very chaotic time right now. Be careful. Don't start arguments right now. It's very easy to. You might be very bothered right now, very easily triggered. It's not the time. Stay home, shut your mouth, sit down. No, I'm just kidding. But, it's different. It's very different. So out of all of the cards that just fell, this is the only one that flipped. So I'm going to take that one. So yeah, considering those things, I'm very curious to see what the tarot has to say. Our collective reading for this full moon energy. One more card, and then I'll pull a few oracle cards. We actually got 2 more cards. Yeah, this one wants to come out. The Prince of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups, the bottom of the deck. And let's pull some oracles to get some further insight on the energy that's showing up for us here today. Oh, I like it. We have Oshun with Sweet Success. And Life Force Energy. Cool. Cool. Okay. I'll just pull a few. Oh, crap. This here. Okay. 2 of these. Let's see. Oh, 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups already came out. Love to see the confirmation. And oh my gosh, I can't make this. Oh, no. This is the Queen of Wands. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups out. All right, so let me see. What am I picking up on here? Okay, so I'm definitely picking up on a lot of fiery energy. It's very present. So it's important that we know how to channel it correctly, because of course, you can channel it, impulsively and like pop off or get angry or, use that energy in a way that's not super productive, or you can use it in a way that is going to be productive. When you think of Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So that Mars energy is at its best, at its highest, when it does have that funnel, that very specific funnel that you are channeling it through. When you direct it towards something, to achieve some goal, whatever it is, if you want to get more healthy, because we have this Life Force Energy card here. So maybe you guys want to start thinking about, your health, creating better routines for yourself, then this would be a really good place to try to channel all of this fiery energy into, so that you can have this spark of energy, like this jolt of energy, and put it somewhere that it's actually going to be beneficial to get something done. something that is going to serve you, to benefit you, such as your health. So your health routines, staying hydrated, making sure you're sleeping well, just really committing to yourself and to your quality of life and what you surround yourself with, what you eat, what activities you take part in. Just consider your body and how it's being nourished and taken care of, and making sure you're doing that in an optimal way, and also in a way that's not like a drag. Like it's not a drag, or it doesn't feel like a punishment, or it doesn't feel like, you don't want to do this, like you're restricting yourself. It's like in a way that's like, no, I want the best for myself. I want a good quality of life. So I'm super inspired to learn more about, ways that I can incorporate healthier practices into my life, because I deserve it, to start creating that positive momentum for yourself and let go of, any old habits that were just not good for you, that weren't contributing to your health. Yeah, it definitely looks like a time of change. Like there's changes that want to come through that we're being deeply inspired to make. It's like we know where we need to make these changes. Spirit is coming through, making their presence known, showing you exactly like where it is that you need to make changes, where it is that you need to love yourself a little bit more, where it is that you need to allow spirit in to make their influence. I'm feeling for the most part, it has to do with channeling that Mars energy in a higher vibrational way, because there's so much of it, and sometimes it can just go all over the place and get scattered, and that's where it gets chaotic and where it gets like super uncontrolled. So it's kind of like harnessing all of this energy and directing it somewhere very specific and intentional, so that you can be very successful and achieve a certain goal or something. I'm also picking up on energy of working together with people, like with your family members, with the people that you have a long history with siblings, with childhood friends, with your children, just people that you have like very pure, genuine connections with, people of your past, relatives, just people that have been in your life for a really long time that this would be a really good time right now to come together, to work together. And it's so funny that I brought up Mars being exalted in Capricorn, because I just noticed that that's the Three of Pentacles. It's literally Mars in Capricorn. I did that without even realizing it, honestly. So that's funny. There's so much Mars energy in this spread. This is so crazy how that happens. Never ceases to like amaze me. But yes, again, it's like using this Mars energy in the highest way you can use it. And again, we are in Sagittarius season, and that's what Sagittarius represents too, is that centaur, that beast becoming man, and if you notice, it's like the bottom half of him is like the beast part. So it's kind of like that's the part that a lot of people need to gain control over, is like that lower vibrational expression of Mars, that like if you don't know how to channel it correctly, it just gets trapped in like the lower chakras, and that can be what triggers like those impulsive responses. And that's how that Mars energy can come out in an unhealthy way. But if you learn to channel that energy and be very like disciplined with it, be very intentional with it, keep it contained, you can achieve great things. And I'm seeing like, especially when it comes to relationships with people that you've had in your life for a long time. I don't know if some of you guys are working with family, like in groups of like family or people that you've known for a really long time, that you have a strong history with, strong soul ties with. These are like your soulmates, your soul pod, your people, your soul fam. It's like time to come together, to work together, work on common interests, projects, to use like a little bit of what everyone has, to kind of sit down and see everyone's skills, what can everyone contribute, and how can we put it together into one thing, like one cohesive thing that it's kind of like a product of all of you guys, and you guys all feel like you're contributing in your own unique way into like this, I want to say like this artwork, or it's like you're creating a masterpiece, and each person has like their own role to play, their own contribution, so everyone feels very included and like they're contributing something meaningful. And I think that's what it's all about, right? learning how to work with other people, because not everyone can just do everything alone. Like, not everyone has the resources or the capacity to do everything by themselves. It's like, it's always better to have more minds, more perspectives, more talents, more gifts, to have like a community of people that actually care about your well-being, that love you, that consider you and see you as a whole person, not only what you contribute, not only what your gift is or your talent is, but they see you like as a whole individual. And so your whole self is invited, is taken into account, is considered. So it's very wholesome. It's very wholesome group work here. So if you're thinking of like starting a project or, you know, something where you need multiple people, trustworthy people. So naturally you're going to go to the people that are trustworthy to you, that you have a history with, that you know, that you feel very familiar with, very like at home with. It's a good time to begin a group project or something like that. And yeah, this is definitely using that Mars energy in a very healthy way, is when you can come together with people that you love and you care about, that can hold you accountable. And it can just probably help people to more naturally or with more ease learn how to channel this energy. Because since it's people that you love and you care about, that you're working with, you're not going to be so quick to like pop off or like use this energy to be combative or to be in a competitive state, like to want to compete. It's like of love. It's like you're in an environment where it's a very loving environment with people you love and with people that you feel comfortable with. So this energy, you're using it to create, to begin something, to put it towards like your passion or something. And you care about how you're exerting this energy because it's like in an environment that you care about. It's in an environment that it's very emotional and sensitive in nature, and something that is like, it touches you, like it's something very dear to you. So you're going to be careful, you know, like how you funnel this energy, you know, like how you communicate. You're going to be more mindful, you know, when you're communicating with someone that you love and you care about, you're more mindful than communicating with someone that you're in an environment where it's competitive, or you know, where it's somewhere that maybe you don't really care about or you don't really want to be, or your heart is not in it. It's more natural for you to kind of channel that more lower vibrational Mars energy. So yeah, I think this is just like a test of Mars energy, learning about it, what it is, how do you channel it, how to be more mindful of how you channel it. Remember, Mars, our Mars usually matures by the time we're 28 years old. So if you're younger than 28 and you find that you're having a little bit more difficulty channeling that Mars energy into like things that are going to be beneficial, or, you know, like you're having a hard time channeling that energy, that's normal. It's part of nature, you know? But once you're like 28 plus, it's usually normal for us to like that Mars energy to start maturing, for us to have like all of that wild party energy like out of us. Like we don't want to do that anymore. It's just like we lose interest in anything that was like super impulsive, and or, you know, like wanting to like stand our ground to the point that you're like on the brink of fighting, like you don't care, you know, you have that Mars energy that it's like there's so much power behind it that it can come off very like blunt or very aggressive, you know. It's like learning how to channel that in a more positive way, because that energy is very positive, but you have to know how to channel it. Mars also talks about our sexuality. So same thing, like again, like 28 years old, that Mars energy is supposed to start maturing. So if you're seeing like that you are promiscuous, or, you know, you're misusing your sexuality in any other way, which is repressing it. Another way that Mars energy could be misused is like watching pornography, stuff like that. So these are things to keep in mind, to consider. Like your Mars energy, I feel for the most of us here, it wants to start maturing. So it wants to start expressing itself in a more higher vibrational way. So yeah, you know, if you're still seeing that you're channeling your Mars energy in a really low vibrational, uncontrolled way, and you're like past 28, way past 28 where you're unable to stay faithful or committed, be in a committed relationship, or on the other side of that coin, if you feel like you are repressing your sexual energy, you're ashamed of it, you think, it's something evil, it's something bad, it's a shadow trait because that's how you were raised to engage with that energy. Or if you do engage in like watching pornography, like this would be the time to start recognizing those patterns, those behaviors, because it would literally be like against nature for you to still have like an undeveloped Mars or like an immature Mars and you're past 28. That's just like, it doesn't like coincide with the laws of nature, So if you are finding yourself in that time frame, then these are the things that you want to think about, work on. There's a transformation that needs to happen here, a cleansing, a cleaning, starting over, starting fresh. And I feel like if you are struggling with like those lower, like with the lower nature of Mars, this is a really good time to like work on this energy, to learn how to direct this energy in a more healthier way. So whenever, you're feeling that urge and you want to put on that porn, I feel so weird saying that, just for the record. But if you're feeling like, yeah, it's about that time, like I'm feeling it, what else can you do? How else can you cope? How else can you release that energy? How else can you channel that energy that's healthier? These are the things that you want to take a look at, okay? Because the reason why I'm mentioning the porn so much, okay, it's because I see it. I wouldn't mention it if I wasn't seeing it so much, but it is heavily right here with the scorpionic energy and the strength card, this Leo card, which in this deck, it's called lust. So there needs to be a transformation here in how you channel this energy so that you can channel it in a way that's more higher vibrational and in tune and aligned with you, who you really are. You want that energy to like pierce, go upward, pierce through all the chakras, pierce through your heart. And that's what's going to kind of like temper it, like temper that flame, that fire. Once it like reaches your emotions, your heart space, it kind of like, I'm hearing like a tss, like when the water touches the flame, it's like it becomes more tempered, more calm. It's not so uncontrolled. You don't want to put out the fire. We're not trying to put out the fire. We're just trying to use that fire in a way that's going to be more beneficial to us, and to those around us, to our environment, to those that we work with, to the work that we do. It's going to influence all of these things. How we communicate, with being more harmonious, letting that inner child come out. Again, with the strength card, that Leo energy is all about that inner child energy, that childlike energy, like living your truth authentically and shining it in a way that's unique to you. So this would be like a really good time to just like forgive yourself by releasing any guilt or anything that you are carrying from any past relationships, from past traumas, to accept your humanness and to accept this growth and let it shine onto where you are headed next. So it's like being at peace with your past and understanding that you needed all of those experiences to be where you are today, to forgive anyone from your past, to listen to that inner child within. What does it need? Does it need healing? Does it need process? Or does it just need to express itself? Okay, but I do feel like a lot of past energy. So I feel like someone from your past might re-enter your life. You might like work on something with this person, or you're like gonna work in a family business, or you're gonna work together with your family on something, or it could just be like working on past traumatic things, like sitting with family members and processing that. Or if you're just doing that on your own, either or could be a possibility here. But this is like a really optimal time for this to happen here. It's just a really good moment to reconnect with like your soul fam, your soul pod, the people of your soul pod, and to just look back at whatever you need to look back on so that you can clear anything that needs to be cleared and be able to move forward like with a brand new clean slate. So yeah, like it's being able to like get in touch with that very loving, pure energy. And I think this is what's going to help you be able to channel like those lower vibrational, impulsive Mars energies in a way that's going to be just a lot more beneficial and useful, you know, just a lot more efficient. So a lot of you guys may need to go back to like your childhood and remember these things so that you can get in touch with your heart again, get in touch with your heart space, get in touch with your emotions, sit with that, you know, work with that, work with your emotions and let it flow, you know, process whatever you need to process, feel what you need to feel, don't feel ashamed to feel, don't repress. So many of us, without even knowing it at this point, we don't want to feel things, like certain things we don't want to feel. We're just like, no way, I'm good. And we repress. And that's just adding to the problem, contributing to the problem. We want to be able to like resolve all of that because your emotions it causes changes everywhere in your mental patterns and your physiology. So it's like so important to process our emotions, to process any unresolved emotions, to see, are we low vibrational in any way? Is this against nature to still not have a matured Mars? Well, where does this stem from? From unprocessed emotions, you know, from trauma that happened in your childhood. And now would be a really good time to take a look at those things because the time is so in our favor to like work with these energies. And when you do this, you will be successful with this beautiful, sweet success card we have here. And to be okay with like accepting emotional and spiritual progress and development, accepting those things as sweet success, you know, versus like going for the material things and only contributing material gains as being sweet success. So this is like a very creative time. I feel like if you guys have been doing this work, processing your emotions, taking a look, going into, you know, that 8th house, that icky 8th house that nobody wants to open the door to. No one wants to go there. We all have an 8th house and we all actively try to not go there. But if you have been doing that work, you are clearing the path, clearing the space to like birth something, to create something. So this could be like a literal pregnancy. Some of you guys might literally get pregnant, or if it's not that, it's like you're birthing something is coming out of you, like something creative, and then you have this Mars energy to be like that power that you need behind it to really like push it through that birth canal. I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on today, but yeah, like to push, you know, to push that energy forward, to jolt it forward and to have that power that you need to like make it happen, you know, to really manifest it. That slow and controlled burn, that fire that you need to make something happen. And it's going to come straight from the heart. Like once you're able to process all of this, it comes straight from the heart. And when it comes straight from the heart, that's how you know that it is aligned, that it is pure and it's unique to you. You know, it's like your expression, your creative expression, something that you're putting out into this world that comes from the most purest parts of yourself because you've worked to get yourself there. You know, you may have come up against a lot of blocks, emotional blocks, these immature Mars blocks, but it's like being able to push past that and be successful in something. Start something, at least start something. Start the process to something. And this is you allowing spirit to come in. Like I said in the beginning of the reading, it's like spirit wants to come in. Like there's a change that wants to happen here, and spirit wants to be like the one that's influencing this change. But you have to allow them in and let them influence in whatever way they're going to. But you have to have like the clear channels so that it can like flow without any obstructions. I feel like the time has come for your creations to be birthed with ease. There's so much energy here of gushing prosperity that is possible. I feel like right now the universe is moving you into positions of leadership where it's like it's bringing you to your soul family, to your soul tribe, where you will have a way that you can contribute. It's bringing you all of the resources that you need, and it's, you know, here to make you wildly successful in all of your creations. So with that strong Mars energy, we're no longer, you know, going to undervalue our time and our energy. And we are allowing wealth in all forms to flow to us. So if you are inquiring about anything at this time, this is a good omen that it's definitely going to be successful. A promotion could be within reach, or a leadership position is within reach. This could also be indicating like, you know, you charging more for your services, because like now you're seeing like how worthy you are, you're more confident in yourself. So you're seeing like, I'm worth more. So you might like be charging more for your services. And again, like another message here about like a good time for having a baby. So some of you might be finding out about like a pregnancy in the family, or some of you yourselves are having children. If that's the case, congratulations. But yeah, it's definitely a time of like creations and birthing new things and clearing out that pathway so that spirit can come and make its influence, so that you can open your hands and collect that sweet success that wants to come straight for you and engulf you in a tsunami of love. Okay, well, you guys, that was our collective reading. Truly hope that served you. Last full moon of the year, enjoy it. So much love, and until next time, bye.